Hello everyone, this is Hillbilly Heath, and I'm about to break out the big guns. That's right, I'm going to talk about some tank knives. Some heavy artillery, so to speak. That's why I got the little cannon up here. When you think about heavy duty, strong built, pry bar type knives, there's several knife brands that come to mind. ZT, Medford. I'm sure I'm leaving some out, but usually those type knives don't appeal to me. Those type of knives usually aren't very good slicers. They're usually really heavy, not fun to carry. They're pry bars. To me, they're pry bars. I prefer my knives to be lightweight, to be really good slicers, pretty good in a pocket, you know, that type of thing. So I don't own too many of those type of knives. One of them that I would kind of put in that category that I do carry and do like is the Rat number 1. I mean, this is a tank of a knife. You know, it's 5 ounces. You know, good thick spine, but it's still a good slicer. So it's not quite up there with some of the others I mentioned, but as far as being built like a tank, but it's probably, you know, one of the closest ones that I have. But the one I want to talk about is one from one of my favorite companies. As if some of you didn't know, I'm kind of a fanboy. But Spyderco. And Spyderco usually isn't known for making big, heavy-duty, tank-like knives. But they made this one, and I'm glad they did. This is the Shaman. This is a tank. This is a beast of a knife. But, like the Rat 1, it still slices. It's got a very tall blade, and it is very thick at the spine, but it's very tall. See, it's not full flat. You see it kind of very high saber ground, I guess you'd call it. And it's kind of got a stone wash finish on the blade there of the S30V. But because of that tall grind and the amount of area you got to travel to make that come down, it's relatively thin behind the edge, which makes for good slicing. But this thing is a tank. You got full liners in there, and they're drilled out a little bit, and got the compression lock, which is one of my favorite locking mechanisms. Watch that blade just drop shut. You've got one of the other things I like on my knives, a forward finger choil to allow you to choke up and do some detail work if need be. It's very ergonomic, very good in the hand, in either grip. It's right up there. It's probably a close second behind the Manix 2 as far as ergonomics. It's right there for me anyway. You know, you got G10 handle scales. Got this big weight, is what I call it, counterbalance, to kind of balance all that blade. You can see there, it balances perfectly right there where your finger is supposed to go. You got some jimping up here, jimping under here. But this thing is a beast. It's right at 5 ounces. Excuse me. The only thing I didn't like about it when I got it was, like with a lot of Spydercos, is the pocket clip. I just really not a fan of that spoon clip that Spyderco uses on a lot of their knives. I much prefer the wire clips that they use. But you know, got this one, and actually I had it on another knife and it fit on there, so I used it. But it carries fairly well in the pocket. I mean, it's not as high in this dimension as the Manix is. It doesn't carry as well as the PM2, but this thing is a beast. Just kind of give you, since I've mentioned the rat, or showed you the rat, I'll just kind of give you a size comparison there. It's hard to tell when one's higher than the other, but you can see this thing's not small. The rat's not small. The rat one's not a small knife by any means. Here's the rat 2. You can see it dwarfs it. And your PM2. So, you know, it's not as good a slicer as the PM2. But for some heavy duty, hard use type task, this thing is great. I mean, it's like a little machete, little hatchet like. But it's like I said, it's not overly built. It's not you know, Medford thick or anything like that, but it's a nice knife, and it's kind of out of the realm of where I usually go with my pocket knives. But you know, I watched several reviews on YouTube, like the rest of us, like the rest of you, and you know, this got some glowing reviews from a lot of people. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna try this baby out, and I actually got this one before Spyderco did their price jump like that they did a few months ago, and you know, so I paid $150 for this one. This was like one of the first batches they had. I think they're like $170 now, somewhere in there. So at that price, I don't know if I would have bought it. You know, I probably would have. Once it gets to over 150, I just kind of don't want to take the chance on a knife I'm not sure about if I'm gonna like it or not. Now that I got it, I do like it, and you know, I'm glad I got it, and it's totally worth $150. I mean, that's a big piece of S30V there, big chunk. At 170, knowing what I know now, yeah, I'd still get it. Yeah, if that's what they're going for. I'm not even really sure now, but I believe it's right around there, 170 mark. But still, if you're looking for a tank of a knife and don't mind carrying 5 ounces, but you want your tank to still be able to slice through food or whittle wood or whatever else you need it to do, defend yourself with, this is a good option. This thing is a beast. But if you, I mean, it's Spyderco quality. It's, you know, USA made Spyderco, so great knife. If you're looking for a tank, here you go. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Everybody have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.